we're in 2023. We could maybe argue there was maybe a bit of an overhype last year, a little bit, you know, the bubble popped with a little bit of cryptocurrency issues and maybe a little decrease in Facebook's or Meta's, you know, financial commitment. What are we going to do in 2023, 4 and 5 to drive this industry forward? I'm just interested.
I'll tag on to what Gerard said. I was basically at the beginning of the PC industry. I got to work with Don Estridge and the original IBM teams that created the original PC. I've watched this industry from a historical standpoint from the ground up. I was in the meetings and hearing what they were thinking about. And in every case, they basically did the first thing, which was create the hardware. And what actually happened, if you really think about the history of the PC industry, the first application that caused businesses to seriously think that the PC had value was VisiCalc. That VisiCalc, and I happen to be really close to that because my wife was one of the people at VisiCorp. So I saw it from the inside of how it would impact the market. But my point is that, and Gerard pointed this out here, it's the tools and the standards that actually will drive things. And the one thing that I get the most excited about, even though we're in the early stages, is giving the tools to the creative community who astound me every time I turn around. I see stuff, you know, as an analyst, they show me a lot of stuff behind the scenes. I sometimes walk away shaking my head because I'm seeing stuff that I can't even believe exists. And part of it's hardware. But I will tell you, when the creative community starts really getting the right tools and the standards, and they start building on it. So in answer to your question, we're in that early stage of the applications being built that will drive the future of the metaverse. And we're only in the early stages. If you look at the history of the PC industry, VisiCalc was the first thing that came out. And then WordCalc, and there were a bunch of other things that were just very basic stuff. But when Lotus 123 came out, it exploded. And we started to see hundreds of applications for the PC. The next thing you know, the demand for PCs went crazy. And it's the same thing with, I think, here. I think we're in the early stages of a brand new sector, the metaverse itself being a very interesting context, even though we still don't even understand the definition. But it is moving us from a real world to a virtual world. And I agree with Barton that ultimately companies are going to have to deal with this, whether they like it or not. And they need to put their toe into it fairly soon because they need to get ahead of the curve if they want to stay competitive.